Hello. My name is Sarah. I'm here to talk to you today about something that has gotten a lot of attention in the mom groups lately, and I just thought I'd talk about it. Might be the most kind of awkward live video I've done, but hey, if it is a natural part of life, if you are a woman, something you go through every month, right? So what I'm going to talk to you about today is natural, non-toxic menstrual products. So if you know my story, you might know that several years ago, I completely overhauled my diet and it changed my life. And after that, after the book I read, it was written by a medical doctor actually, and it changed my world. And in the back of it, so the main part of the book was about food, about what you shouldn't eat, about what you should eat, about our food systems, big food, big ag, how certain things are pushed because of money and stuff like that, and how a lot of people might have inflammatory issues, whatever. It was all about food. But in the back of the book, he had a section about products like your water, your makeup, maybe your hair care. I got some good non-toxic hair care recommendations for you if you need it. But it made me just reevaluate everything in my life that I was using. I loved the changes I saw in myself after changing my food, and I wanted to go a more natural way with most things in my life. So I know a couple years ago, I was looking for more natural feminine hygiene products. So I would have loved a video like this. So that's what I'm talking about today, even though it's a little weird to come on here and talk about it. But, drop me a heart or something if you're on live. I see a couple people. So, okay. First of all, the vaginal ecosystem is sensitive and it's absorbent. So like I said, it might be kind of weird to think about, but if you're inserting something like a tampon, what is in that tampon, right? So a lot of the products that you get at the drugstore or, that you see commercials for on TV, they don't have the best ingredients. They have plastics, synthetics, perfumes, chlorine bleach, pesticides, GMO cotton, BPA, which is a type of plastic, like I said, plastic. But the other thing is, they are not required to list ingredients because feminine hygiene products are considered medical devices. So knowing this, I also know that cotton is one of the most sprayed crops in the world. I think cotton uses 25% of the world's pesticides and insecticides on cotton, and knowing that is on the tampon and then you're going to insert it and the vagina can absorb all of that into your body and bloodstream. I didn't want to do that anymore. I used to use the big name ones. I'm not going to say it because I'm just trying to show you the better options. I'm not trying to bash the not as great ones. Okay. So I was looking for something better. So first of all, I'm going to talk about probably the simplest switch. If you're using one of the big name brands that's probably highly sprayed, has the plastics, has the GMO cotton, has all that stuff in it, dioxin, probably the easiest switch for you to make would just be to get organic cotton tampons or organic cotton pads that are disposable. It won't even seem like a switch, right? Unless you used to get the scented ones or something, and it might seem like a little bit of a switch. But you shouldn't be putting things with fragrance up there anyway, okay? It's not good. I can't tell you, when I used to use the not as great products, I used to get more issues. I'm sorry if this is more personal, but back in those days, I used to get yeast infections, UTIs. I can't even tell you the last time I had one of those things. It was definitely way before kids, and Katarina's 7, right? So it's been forever since I've had any of those issues, and I can't help think, but that's one of the reasons, okay? So this is a brand called NatraCare. You can get them with applicators or without if you're into tampons. It's a good brand. There's a lot of good brands out there. So because, like I said, cotton is one of the most sprayed crops in the world, if you get organic, then it won't have the pesticides. And then it's also free of bleach and chlorine. So it's free of those things. So I think that's all I wanted to say about that. Organic cotton. Yeah, okay. So that's the first example. The next example that I don't have, I have an example of pads too. I'm not a huge pad person, but I did have some of these, and it's just organic cotton pads, chlorine-free, fragrance-free, and organic cotton. Okay. The next thing is going to be reusable pads. So I don't have an example of this, but my friend that makes one offered to give them to me. She's like, once you're live, I can give you some. And I'm like, oh, darn, I'm just going to do it right now. But I just want to make sure she was still making them so I can refer you to someone if you want. So this is probably an organic cotton pad, reusable pad is probably the most natural option and probably the cheapest option because they're not that expensive. And what you do is you just wash them. You wear them and you wash them. And just like the disposable ones, there's different sizes. You can get, liners, like panty liners, or like bigger pads too. So that's probably the cheapest, the most natural. You might go like, ugh, but I mean, I don't really, because we did cloth diapers for my kids, so I'm like used to having poop and pee like diapers and washing them, so it wouldn't be that big of a deal for me. But I personally just don't like the feel of pads that much, so I haven't tried those. But some of my friends who use them really love them, and like I said, they're probably the most natural. It's what women have probably done for thousands of years. Was that a fly? And you just wash them. So anyway, my friend Jessica makes them, and I'm happy to connect you if you want to talk to her more about those. And the other thing about reusable pads, they are way better for the environment. Do you know how many tampons or pads a woman uses in her life? The tampon number, where the pad is probably similar, but the tampon number was over 10,000. And that probably ends up like, some of them probably end up in the ocean and stuff. And that's like really the pads, the disposable pads that are not great have like plastics and stuff in them. So this is a really great option for the environment too. The next one, the last one, I just had to get a brand new one because the puppy chewed it up, my other one. That was a fun surprise. She chews everything. I don't know how she got it, but she chewed up my menstrual cup. So I just ordered a brand new one. This one that I have is called the Diva Cup. And first of all, any menstrual cup you get has a dumb name. Diva Cup? What? I don't know. Maybe that's just my opinion. I don't know. Maybe you like the name, okay? It's called a Diva Cup. So essentially, it's just a cup and you insert it, and instead of, absorbing like a tampon would, like everything, the blood and everything just goes in there, and then you just empty it to the end of the day. So this one, it lasts longer than a tampon. We were supposed to leave a tampon in for 8 hours max. These you can go over 12 hours apparently. I don't usually go that long. But the other thing about this is that there's no regular purchasing. This retails on the Diva Cup website for $40. Listen to the end. I have a tip where you can get it for cheaper, okay? But it retails for $40, and then you can have it, for years or until your puppy chews it up. So you can have it for years. And another important thing about this is that it's biocompatible. So like I said, the vagina is very sensitive and everything like that. This is biocompatible. So it's medical grade silicone. So it's not a problem, go up there. So another thing I will mention about this is that when I was reading about it before I first got one, every forum and everything says, give it 3 months, give it 3 cycles to try it before you decide that you don't like it. Because the first time you use it, you might not like it. You might be like, oh, what is this? But it's just like a tampon. You shouldn't be able to feel it. It should never be painful or anything like that. But just give it 3 months to get used to it. And then I think you will love it. I will say too, they have disposable menstrual cups that I tried one time, and I did not like those at all. So I like the reusable one. And again, this is the Diva Cup. So, yeah, I guess that's about it. I have actually a list that I made out that I didn't even get to everything because I wanted to keep this kind of short, about the pros and cons of each option. So I have that in a document. I also have how to save money. I saved $5 on this Diva Cup. If you like saving money, I'll shoot that over to you too. And I can connect you to my friend Jessica if you want info about the reusable pads. So I have all that. If you shoot me a private message, I will send that information back to you, the pro and con list and how to save money. I think that's about it. I actually have to run. I have a live video with one of my distributors for the naturally based hair care products, whose name is Tina. You guys, this is really cool. So I've never met her in person, but she's one of my distributors. She's in another state, one of the Carolinas. I always forget. I don't know why. And she is a grandmother. And you guys, she's 3 months qualified towards our next trip to Vegas. And we have till the end of January to get 5 months qualified. And she's already 3 months qualified. Like, how cool is that? So anyway, hope you have a great rest of your day. Hope this was helpful. Bye.